Welcome back to Taronga TV. I'm with Keeper Frankie. She's an ungulate keeper. And we're in the back of house of Pygmy hippos. Now, it might not look real pretty to you and I, but it's really functional. It's functional for the keepers, it's really functional for the animals, and it keeps both of them safe. And they can do fantastic husbandry here. Now, we've done a story with Gabe before on Fergus, out the front of the exhibit, and spoke a little bit about him. For people that have missed it, firstly, welcome Frankie, sorry.
Thank you for having me.
People that have missed that bit with Gabe, it'll be really interesting for people to understand a little bit about the Pygmy hippo, where it comes from, and the difference between it and its cousin, the common hippo.
Yeah, so the Pygmy hippos are found in West Africa, and these guys are actually now endangered, so there's estimated to be anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 of them left in the wild.
Not a lot, is it?
Not a lot at all. Now the differences between pygmies and commons, there are quite a few. Obviously size is one of them. We wouldn't have to crouch down next to a common hippo, but with these guys they are a lot smaller. You'll notice as well, if you can see on their heads, their eyes are on the side of their head as opposed to the top of their heads. And this is because Pygmy hippos will spend about 50% of their time on land, whereas commons will spend about 90% of their time in water. So for pygmies, they're kind of semi-aquatic. They'll split their time between land and water, which is why they need those eyes on the side of their head as well. They've also got slightly longer legs in proportion to the rest of their body than common hippos. Again, it suits that land moving around and making sure that they can come across any obstacles they can get over them, basically. They generally are found around lots of rivers and swamps, so there's often a few logs and trees they have to be able to get around.
So countries like in West Africa, like Liberia, Sierra Leone, those sorts of places,
yeah, all
right?
of them. So there's only a very small area now that you will be able to find them in the wild, unfortunately.
And we're doing something very, very cool today that's different to what we've done before, because this is what Taronga TV is all about, getting behind the scenes, meeting a fantastic keeper like Frankie, and learning about some of the really cool husbandry techniques that they have. What are we going to do today?
So we are going to give Fergus a nice warm shower this morning. We like to do this every day, especially in winter, and it just helps them keep that skin nice and healthy. In winter, they generally don't spend as much time in the water, so they are out on land in the sun, and that's when their skin can get really dry, really dehydrated, and they also run the risk of getting burnt from the sun. Just like us, these guys can get sunburnt as well. So giving them a nice warm shower allows them to get that moisture back into their skin, keep them nice and hydrated, make sure that they don't get sunburned, and it also fights off any infections that may come about.
It's all here at Taronga, folks. This is the Pygmy Hippo Spa that we offer here down at Taronga, and you're just about to witness a little bit of a sample of it.
Here we go, Fergie.
He's munching away on a little bit of food that Frankie's given him, some really nice leafy greens, some lettuce and a little sort of composite pellet that they get as well, just as a little activity to keep him focused there. And then he's getting this beautiful, beautiful warm shower. Can I feel how hot that is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Hello, buddy.
So we like to just give him a nice hose all over. He definitely loves the hot water. You can see some days he gets real into it.
He's really enjoying that, isn't he? Really enjoying that.
Here you go, Ferg.
He is so beautiful, isn't he?
So if we get him up to the mesh here, we might be able to have a close look. So can you see all the little bumps on him?
Oh yeah.
So that's basically, each one of those bumps is a pore that connects to the subdermal glands. So hippos don't actually sweat. So what they have is they have all of these pores on their skin, and out when they're sitting in the sun, you'll see all these little droplets form. And that's basically them secreting this, it's kind of like a clear liquid. And that is what they use to cover their body, act as a sunscreen, help keep them hydrated when they are out of the water, and just prevent any bacterial infections coming along. So we'll see if we can get some of that lather on him. Touch.
So you heard what Frankie just did then. She said touch. And what the keepers will do, will let the animal know a bridging word, something like that. All animals and all different species are different. The seal keepers or trainers might use a whistle to bridge something that's going to happen, whereas Frankie just said touch, meaning that's the word between her touching the animal, and so he just didn't get a fright then.
Just get him to go that way, turn around, and then you can have a bit of a pat if you like.
He is just fantastic. I used to look after Pygmy hippopotamus about 20 years ago, Frankie.
Wow.
And they're probably relations of these ones, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
I would say so.
And they are just beautiful. They're really beautiful creatures. When they eat, they sound like they're really enjoying it. Some animals get right into their food and crunch and munch. It's such a fantastic, satisfying sound. And it's always satisfying for you to put food down, isn't it? And
Definitely.
see your animals eat.
Yeah. So if you want to put your hand through the bar, and I'll cue you, touch. You give him a nice pat.
So beautiful. So smooth, really. Really beautiful.
Yeah, so
and
it's just
smooth.
those paws that make them a little bit
Yeah.
bumpy. You've got some nice mud coming off on you there.
A little bit of Pygmy Hippo mud there, folks.
Yeah,
It's
so-
all comes to you free of charge at the Pygmy Hippo Spa here at Taronga.
Yep, so what you can do now is grab the sponge, give him a good old scrub.
Here you go, Fergus. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. This is beautiful. Good boy. Good boy. Well done, mate.
So I like to give him a scrub just to get rid of any of that dead skin, that old skin that they haven't quite been able to get off themselves. And it's all part of the day spa.
It's beautiful. It's not every day you'd be giving a Pygmy hippopotamus a bit of a wax down with a sponge. It's absolutely fantastic. But these are the sorts of things that the keepers would do on a daily basis behind the scenes that you never get a chance to see. And that's what Taronga TV is all about. These really fantastic moments with you, Frankie, learning about the Pygmy hippos. So thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome.
Fergus, thank you. We'll definitely do more with the Pygmy hippos because they're so interesting and there could be things happening in the future that we don't even know about. The zoo is open. We're COVID safe, COVID friendly. Get on down. You never know what's around the next corner. We'll see you next time. Touch.
That's it, bud.